Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. The last episode, in setting up a washroom. I've got that sending polluted water over here. Let's just have a quick look how this is functioning. Essentially, we've got a morning loader, which is going to transfer polluted water here, hold at this location for at least a third of a day. Make sure that it kills off any of these germs, food poisoning that's sitting in that liquid, and then when it's done, it's going to send that back. A little bit of construction left to our water storage over here. And the whole thing is being kept warm by this area, just so that we can make sure that we don't have any water that's freezing in the pipes. And we've got a new electrolyzer being built down here. I think I'm going to film this little section a little bit differently, just showing some of the highlights, because I want to rush ahead and get towards the equipment that's down here. So I'll get these things built and we'll move on to the next project. Looks like we've got a line that goes in and out of this equipment. Oh, let's just get rid of this stuff here. Actually, is that preventing that from being a bear? Yeah, it is. Okay. Definitely needs to go. Those pipes can go as well. We no longer need those. That was just before getting chlorine down there. But we've got a pipe that's going to send liquid over here back into this without any germs. That's looking good. So that seems to be working. Let's put in the incubator then. That's the next thing that we've got to do. That there. Let's put a wall. Can make that like that. I'll put in the ladder system so that the dupes on this side can get down. It's going to be a specialized area just for the dupe that's going to be using the incubator. Put in automated lights. Let's see. One go right there. That will control some lighting. We'll put in lamp like that. Actually, hold on. No, never mind. We'll do ceiling light. And I'll put in my machine just to move dupes to the side. Have our drop-off equipment right there. Actually, no, maybe I will move that to the side just so I can get new eggs dropped off here and reprocessed eggs dropped off there in case I care about the difference. So maybe I will put in this lamp just to be different. Having automation wire connect to this and that. Some power. Worried about... So I'm going to actually have a separate circuit just for that. But I'm worried about the amount of things that we've got plugged in to things. I don't want the incubator not to be able to run. Don't have much supply, excess of hydrogen. Mush bars. We have way too many mush bars. Way too many mush bars. Shut down the kitchen. I should save some power over the next little bit. But before I forget, let's put in another transformer. So we'll have a north and a south line. Take this up. And over. Jump right here. Get across. Might as well put that light on the regular wire circuit going up. So there's our incubator. Let's put in our first Bamini egg. Make that a high priority action. There goes the transformer. So that's sitting in there, but I probably should have actually made that such that only the dupe that I want to go in there, which is good. Let's nominate Wrangle. Wrangle will be allowed to go and no one else. And Wrangle cannot go in here. Where are you? There. No, Wrangle. Alright, so just, we've got an area here where we can now, this is what I want. I want the ability to have critter eggs dropped off automatically here. So just these two types that are in the stable. High priority task. So that will prevent this stable here from being filled up with too many eggs, which I've been manually doing, removing Flock's eggs. So no longer need to do that. There's Wrangle attending to that. As soon as that is done, take that out. There's our incubator room. Next thing to do, I think, is this is something I'm going to experiment with, but I got the research for this equipment here. Oh, and maybe, okay, maybe that was a waste. Let's get rid of that and put in heavy wire after all with the jump. It's kind of nice you can put all this equipment in with the stables, just put two types of things, both industrial room and a stable at the same time. Put a storage bin right next to it. It's already has its light source, so I was going to push in water, but I'm realizing now that the water's too hot. I'm going to have to go change my plans of the source of liquid for this after all. Okay, maybe we'll leave that alone for now. I'll go decide what the next project should be. Cycle 37. Just realized we've got tons of cold ethanol that would be easily pushed into this metal refinery back, so we'll use that. Before we do that, let's address the morale issue by getting a nature reserve. We've got several wild plants down here. 2, 3, 4. Just need to block off spot. Concerned about the total size that this is going to end up being. So maybe we'll try to condense the size a bit. Some airflow tile, actually maybe a mesh if possible. Make sure we keep all that industrial equipment out of here. Oh yeah, that one there is very important. Very, very, very important. See, dupes aren't following my rules if they're able to technically go a diagonal across there. Not good. We'll need a top to this area. Put a door on either side up here. And a door at the top. So let's put in a snow tile. Well, we're leaking hydrogen up there. I didn't mean to do that. What I meant to do is put a blocker right about here or so. But if I do this, I'm going to have to add 2 tiles to the stable. Do that for now. Let's check, make sure our water's not going to be freezing here. 64, that's looking good. And we need the actual park sign. Put that down here. Added a bunch of new doors. Let's not keep any of them open unless they have to. And it almost looks like this guy's buried. I'm not quite sure. Mini egg. Let's process another one. So now I should only see dupe going in here. Oh, we've got a new box flan. I should only see wrangle going in. So the moment they put that in, let's make sure that they attend to the egg at the same time. Awesome. There we go. We'll put in mesh tiles right here. Let's go and check at the bottom of the base. This is the main goal we have at the moment, getting down here. Also some more worm coats. Probably led to another worm coat. There we are, I see it. Let's give this out to Nails doing construction around. After this is done, let's check. 121. I think it's 120, which is the maximum. It was kind of funny. Yeah, 120. We are one tile too big for this. Should be pretty easy. Let's just, as odd as it might be, just throw a door like that. And that should do it. We've got a great hall. That's good for morale. And now we have a nature reserve, which is also good for morale. Let's double check that's actually the case. It is. So we have a nature reserve and an incubator. So I'm going to go just open a few of these doors, and then I'll have a think about what the next project should be. So with Great Hall, I'm just going to have a look at our achievements to see if I've got the Locavore achievement. Because that might determine what the next project's going to be. We have not gotten it. Okay, so I'll do something else to buy us a little bit of time. Yes, we got all that. I just want to see how far away. We shouldn't be too far away. Okay, maybe a little bit more to go. That being the case, let's get out over here. A little bit of ethanol. Let's go down like this then. We'll build a pump in here and a drop-off area so that we can get stuff in and out of the middle refinery. Where are we with food? Mush bar 41,000. Yeah, we had way too much. I wonder. We should probably store that. Storing that down here. Can we store? That's a good question. I don't think this is going to be a problem, but I'll try it out. Can we store a ration box in this zone? We've got some dupes looking for things to do, so let's not waste too much time. I'm thinking of having an insulated line. One going out, one going in, up to about, let's say maybe this point from here on. We can just use regular pipes. We're going to lose this tile here, I think, if we're not careful, though. I don't want to dig that out, so why don't we just add in actual granite tile here and here. let's get in a pump. That right there needs a little bit of power. Connect that to... Oh, I don't think we actually did anything with our north circuit. Come to think of it. Let's try splitting that right there. This guy doesn't have any power. Hold on just a second. Connect right there. That's good. There. So now we've got 2 circuits. Let me just back that off so that doesn't accidentally get connected in the future. Take this, go visit that pump. Alright, so which direction is which? The bottom one is the drop-off. And the top one is loading. Little bridge right there, and that should complete this little section. And we have a pump that's delivering ethanol into this equipment. Let's start to make our first metal from that. Just check here that I've got all my eggs available by effect. I'm only processing the Bimini eggs. We can make more progress going down. We'll start off by optimizing path. Make an iron fire pole. And let's take this ladder further and further down. Since I'm expecting lots of work to be done at the bottom area of the base, let's add in 4 more of these guys. We'll order 4 more gas masks. I see some bleach stone down there, so I'm going to put in a storage area for bleach stone, maybe in here ethanol. And we will add these guys together so we can get more dupes going down. At the same time that I want to go down, there are some benefits to going up. So when dupes go explore, let's make it a little bit easier for them to get back down. Fry! Yeah. This... Okay. Do we have any warm coats? Yes, we do. Let's give one to Fry. Let's give another one out. Get out of the way there, critter. Give one to Mop. Maybe one to Beaker. Steps is frost-proof, so I think that's everyone that needs one. Right. Just realized I forgot to put the mush bar down in here. We've got a few pieces that are stale. Mush bar. Start of our fire pole going in. See, all the metal that I asked for from the metal refinery has been made. We've got one of these little poke shells growing up. Might be an issue eventually, so we'll have to watch that, especially if they lay an egg. Notice that we've got some sleet wheat that has mutation. We get down and access that. If nothing else, I just want to drop it in a spot where it definitely won't be exposed to carbon dioxide. Right now, or oxygen rather. Is that bin for bleach stone made? Yeah, let's put bleach stone in there. And to put in a few deodorizers because of all the polluted oxygen. So I thought to myself, why don't we put in a spot dedicated towards jumping old polluted water out of the way. Go in this direction for that. So even with a warm coat, with all this hydrogen up here, we're having issues. Freezing. Very much not happy about hydrogen being up in this zone, so we're going to continue up. We'll build a pump up in this area at some point. We need to get rid of that hydrogen. It is causing us havoc when we're trying to explore up here. Might actually cancel our exploration mission because of that reason. Got mobbed, abandoned their gas masks so they could quickly get out of there. Also, going to build this door here to prevent dupes from going into this area. It's just too dangerous with all this hydrogen in an extremely cold temperature. Let's take that door and say no one goes in. Here is our spot that's going to be dedicated towards dumping in some polluted water. Going to make this out of airflow tiles just to prevent melting, or freezing pipes rather. So we'll take this pump, we'll have insulated pipes that go from here to our line right there. A little bit of power. Drop-off spot for the polluted water itself. And let's put in 2 deodorizers just in case polluted water gets creating some polluted oxygen. And plug these 2 guys in. So all these polluted water bottles that are around should end up here. Also store some polluted dirt right next to this deodorizer. Just noticed a little bit of a problem with this whole setup here. But let's move this over by 2 or 1. Put that right there. And we can start to dump in some polluted water. And we can start to store some, what do we want? Organic polluted water, or dirt rather. Just needs 2 more pipes, and this area should be operational. Got some really cold carbon dioxide. Oh, we've got one of these. I'm not going to worry about what, let's choose what skill we're going to get out of this, but let's put in rock. We're in the area anyway. We'll also rummage these 2 pieces of equipment. Let's have a look. What did we end up with? Frankly impressive. Hold their breath. Minus 50. Actually, that's pretty decent. Especially for a miner that needs to go out and explore far away areas. Make sure you don't get stuck here. Got a fire pole all the way down here. Won't we go in then? and get access to this equipment, which I've been waiting for a while. Actually, you know what? Continue directly down for a little bit more. And then we'll go out from here. Got nails dropping off some of this sleet wheat, just where we know carbon dioxide's going to be. I also see some water starting to accumulate next to this guy. Maybe make some mesh tiles like that. Because this geothermal heat pump is going to be a central piece to what we're doing. I have not actually interacted with it really before, but we're just going to get a very fast path, making tiles, just make it very efficient to get there. Start off with that. We'll get a ladder going down so that we can actually access it. With a fire pole. Like that. Don't care about gas because dupes are going to be wearing gas masks in the area. A little bit of water we could take advantage of as well if we want. Lots of pips. But my focus right now, other than just generally surviving, getting a decent base so I can experiment with this equipment, is to figure out what I need to do. In fact, to be honest, not only do I not know anything about the geothermal heat pump, I don't know anything about the achievement either. I do know that I think it's less than only 0.5% of people who have this game have gotten it. So it doesn't sound like it's a easy thing. Let's have a look. Forgot the name of it already. Full steam ahead, that's right. Name of our series. So this is going to be me experimenting with this. Discover the geothermal power plant building. Well, I think we'll do that really soon. Connect the geothermal heat pumps plumbing. Oh, you've got to connect them. Pump liquid from the geothermal heat pump into the geo vents. Clear the block view gen to maximize the geothermal power plant's efficiency. It's a power plant. I kind of thought it was a power plant. So I have to find out not only this, but actual equipment that's around. And well, I don't see anything where you can pump anything into it. Check gas. No. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to have to experiment. But let's get access to it first. As much as I'm making my way down here, I'm also making my way up so I can eventually take care of the excess hydrogen. I'm going to put a pump right there. That's going to be our new hydrogen pump. I'm going to want to have, of course, the sensor for hydrogen. Open this up like that. Actually do that one as well. Sure we have an easy pass so we can access that. I'm trying to avoid connecting into mercury, so that's going to start so that would not melt down on us, because that melts at -38. Not an issue right now, but it will be if I'm not careful. I also see that I'm going to be getting some shine bugs, so I'm going to have to move the barracks over. In fact, now that I think about it, we don't believe we need these guys operating anymore, since everyone has a warm coat that needs one. So even though... I think the one dupe that doesn't need a warm coat... Oh, Fry! You don't have one. Didn't know that. And Steps, who is frost-proof. We'll give them a warm coat anyway. So we've got to bring power up to this zone. And we will need a gas pipe. Connect in like that, but let's take this out. And I'll stop short of actually just connecting it just yet, till we have the automation equipment in place. Maybe put that like right there. The filter gate pointing up, and connect a little bit of automation wire. And then let's go ahead and connect the actual wire like that. Oh, we are getting close, very close. Noticing that we've got some tiles that might be melting soon. That's not going to be good. Let's make some granite tiles all around here. Don't want to trap any dupes, so we'll do this side by side like that. Let's also add in more cots. One here, one here, one here. So we've got some spots to move away. I'll get rid of these two beds. So we don't want dupes being woken up by shine bugs that might or may not slowly make their way down. Oh, and there's some warm coat there for future dupe. Why don't I just bring that down to the entrance printing pod for the future. Let's start here. Let's open that up. Mush bars 22,000. Just checking on the critters that are in here. Guy's groomed. Oh, 93%, and this increases at 8%, so we'll have a new egg from this guy, which is really good because this guy produces lots of meat. Feel like I should have foreseen this. We have the potential for ice melting here, so I'm going to change this out to be mesh tiles. Do some mopping at the same time. Maybe dig in a path like this. Colony achievement. Could that be the locavore achievement? It is. Okay, so that opens up a new project that we can start right away, actually. Let's open up this area, take this guy out, and we're going to put in a plume squash farm. That way we can actually feed more than just one this big meal. Maybe we'll even have 2 or 3, so we can produce lots of meat. Eventually, I think we'll have a plume squash inside a separate stable so they can eat the plume squash itself. I just want to get lots of plume squash seed. That's why I'm having a separate farm being made for this. But I want to make it a little bit further away from the base, just because plume squash has to stay nice and cool. So maybe I'm going to put that in this zone here. some mesh tiling just for a little bit of carbon dioxide to flow down. I don't trap any dupes, so why don't we get that built quickly. So I believe we need 4 of these guys per behemoth. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we want to have 3 of them, and I'll have 2 spare. And we need a line to drop ethanol into that. Let's use ethanol that's sitting over here. A little bit of a wet construction area, but it's going to be food that we're getting from this, so that's going to be important enough to go ahead. A little bit of chlorine there as well. Okay, so we'll plug that in. And let's get a pipe to go from here all the way over. Check how our new hydrogen pump is going up here. A little bit more construction needed. Mop is doing a little bit of work. Shine bugs are making their way further down, so how about we take these out? And just to make sure that we don't get any dupes that can't sleep because of melting tiles. Let's do this. Do the same thing in the washroom. Anything that's made out of snow, we gotta start to get rid of. Do the same thing in the kitchen. Incubator room as well. Oh, look at this. Bimini, this is a wild version, so we're not going to convert this one to meat. Rather, we'll just send it up here. Oh, 2 of them. This one also is wild. And this guy is a tame version. I think we'll actually throw it in the stable. But eventually, tame versions of flocks and the Bimini are going to be converted to meat. We start to convert the power plant as well. So we're just going to get more heat, which is going to melt some of those snow tiles that we've got. Let's get that pump built for ethanol. Might have been a good idea to actually have gas masks here, but we're almost done. Just the pump left. So with that, let's put in some plume squash plant. See if I can get a quartz maybe to keep these guys lit up. Got one sitting there, but that's the really cold area, which I've been trying to avoid. Actually, the whole point, or big part of this anyway. Let's see, mercury. Let's try to avoid that. I can get a path maybe into here. The idea of opening up a spot for this hydrogen to flow, get out of the way. Let's do that. We are approaching cycle 50. We've got ethanol pumping in now from this direction. That's going to be going towards this plume squash, which will start growing so that we can feed these guys. I've actually made that as consumable that the dupes don't eat. Turned meat off, plume squash. We've nearly got our hydrogen pump built here. But the main thing towards getting the full steam ahead achievement and figuring out how this thing even works for that matter is I've got access to the geothermal heat pump. I'll need access to all its different components, but that's a good achievement enough for today. We'll pick up next time experimenting to see how this thing works.